Hi my loves, I'll do another quick video for you, and so grateful to be able to connect in this way. Um, and the thing that I was going to share with you is another meditation technique that I found really helpful in my healing process, and it's called Tonglen, and it's a Buddhist practice. Pema Chodon is the one that's kind of like revolutionizing it in America, and I learned it from her book. And it's like a really small book, and I'm sure you can find it like on Amazon or maybe at a Buddhist temple or something like that. And essentially, the practice is amazing. It's about breathing in the suffering of yourself, your enemies, and the world. And you can also breathe in the suffering of people that you love as well. But the challenge is like really breathing it in for your enemies. And so you start off the meditation with a prayer, and I have a copy of it here, and I'll read it for you guys. And it says, having recognized the futility of my selfishness and the great benefit of loving others, may I bring all beings to joy. May I send all my virtues and happiness to others through the strength of my practice, and may I receive the suffering, obstacles, and defilements of all motherly beings in all realms. And so you say that prayer, and then you close your eyes and come into your body. And I always start with someone that I love deeply, because it's really easy to take on the suffering of those that you love deeply. And that kind of allows my heart to kind of expand and open and allow for me to take like the next steps into the more challenging aspects of suffering of others. So for me, breathing in the suffering of people I love. And so we'll start with that. And so you just take a deep breath and quiet your mind, of course, and take a deep breath. And as you breathe in and you're thinking of the suffering of those that you love, you feel that breath and see it in your mind's eye as red. And as it comes into your heart chakra, or you can look your actual physical heart, you'll see it entering in, and this is all visualizations. You'll see the red energy entering in, and you're going to want to start swirling it around inside the heart. And as it starts swirling around, it's going to start to cool down as your intention is to take the suffering of those that you love. And then once you notice that there's not like a hotness to it, and it starts feeling like it's cooling down, you start seeing that the color of the breath starts turning blue. And once you see that the breath is blue, then you can go ahead and exhale. And you can add, I kind of add like a second part to this too. And you can wish peace or equanimity or compassion or love onto that person once you've kind of taken on the suffering. Now you can do this, I would not do more than 7 breaths, because it kind of has an ecstatic essence to it. And you can kind of like leave this realm a little bit. The other thing that I didn't mention is that you probably want to ground yourself. And so when we ground ourselves, we imagine that there's a cord coming from our tailbone all the way to the center of the earth, and you'll go ahead and attach it. You can kind of breathe some of that earth energy in to just make sure you're really grounded. So then you do the same technique with maybe someone that you're having conflict with. And this is like an amazing tool. Like if you're having like conflict with someone that on the physical realms, this is an amazing tool to kind of bridge that conflict and maybe even resolve it without having any physical interaction with them. But just kind of like taking in that suffering and understanding maybe where that person's coming from can allow for like magic to happen, to allow grace to come in and kind of heal things on an astral level or a spiritual level for you. The other side of this too is, when we're in conflict with someone, we're also in conflict with ourselves, because it's the microcosm and the macrocosm versus the microcosm, right? So when there's something that's happening within us, so there's conflict within us, then we create that out in the world too. And so there's an aspect within yourself that's also feeling conflict. So when you're kind of breathing in the suffering of that other person, you're really breathing in the suffering of your own conflict. but you're able to relate it because of projection, like we project it on other people, and it's totally natural. It's the way the universe works. Like, have compassion for yourself when you're in those projective states, but also take responsibility and have awareness that it's happening so that you can go ahead and take the next steps into healing that part of yourself. So, but there's also a lot of like self-awareness that can be revealed through breathing the suffering of those that you have conflict with, or maybe that there's like an energetic discord with that person. So again, the practice is exactly the same, and I'll do the practice with you, and think of someone that you're having some maybe conflict with. So and again, do it up to 7 times. And then even if at 7 times you're still feeling um, like the conflict hasn't been resolved, you've already put your intention in it, and you'll want to just give yourself some time to see what unfolds like afterwards. Like, allow the universe to kind of like deliver what the desired outcome may be, or what you think would be the desired outcome. But also be open-minded to how the universe wants to resolve this on its own too. So be open-minded, but you can also have a desire for how this may resolve, okay? Um, and then the final step, which is I feel is the most important, especially in the time that we're living right now, is to breathe in the suffering of the world. And there's so much happening out there, and so much discord and division and disconnection, that I feel like this is the most important step. And by this time, your heart should be really open, and you should be very vulnerable. And so this could be the most powerful part of it, okay? So then you'll do 7 breaths of this one, and then, you can thank the universe for giving you this opportunity. I'm just listening to see if there's anything else I need to tell you. And then just kind of like enjoy the rest of your day. Like, you're going to be kind of once again, probably in a pretty ecstatic state. So kind of enjoy that ecstaticness, because it's like such a blessing, and we don't get that many moments of it. And the other part that's like kind of could be helpful to you too, that I found very helpful, is particularly when I was like trying to breathe in the suffering of those that I felt had hurt me deeply, that had wounded me in ways that was difficult for me to accept. I found it helpful for me to do this practice while I was in a salt bath. And I felt like that the salt bath kind of like gave me some additional support, and kind of could comfort me as I was kind of working through that. And through this practice too, there might be some like things that are going to come up. There might be some sadness, there might be some grief, and you just want to be with those parts, because those parts are wanting to be released. And through this practice, you're kind of breaking that free, and allowing for it to move through. I feel like this is like such an amazing gift to give yourselves, and such an amazing gift to give to the world. And it's something that really needs to be shared. So I feel grateful to have this opportunity to share this. I also do private readings. So if you feel called, you can either email me at Lina Marie, LINAMARIE .SOJKA@gmail.com, or you can find me on my Facebook page, which is Angel Lina Marie, and you can just message me. And I would be excited to work with you, and honored that you feel the trust to connect with me. I hope that you have a most blessed day, and look forward to sharing more amazing spiritual tidbits with you in the future.